our next crop today, spreading fertilizer for the bean ground. So I'm on the corn ground from last year. So gonna be starting to spread for beans. Woo-hoo! I just actually ran out of fertilizer, but after this field here today for beans, we're going to be switching to alfalfa. So the screen is gonna lose itself. It's not gonna know where I was last time. If I came right back out here today, tomorrow, and I didn't do like any other field except for the one that I ran out on, the screen would know where I lost or I ran out. But being I'm switching it up and going to be spreading on an alfalfa field, I have to use this little marker here. So I'm going to put this in the field, and then when I come back, whether it be days away yet, then I'll know where I ran out. So let's go actually find that now. Now I know. Any guesses what I'm doing right now? Woo-hoo! Starting beans today. Woohoo! Finally. Let me tell you though, it is different. It is different than the corn planter. Not only are we at 15 feet wide instead of 30, so instead of 3 rounds on the outside headlands, I'm actually doing 6. That's the biggest probably change. Really no, because also I was so used to different, levers. The rows are up here, shutoffs. I mean, I was used to automatic shutoffs with the corn planter. However, the John Deere drill back here, I'm drilling the beans, does not have automatic shutoff on the rows. It's 15-inch spacing, but the beans are just being dropped, kind of dribbled out as they would like to, I guess. So it's way different setup. I can see the beans being dropped on the camera here. I'll show you in a bit. So that's really good to witness that they're actually falling. I also have the monitor here that I set my population, or watching my population, and out in the back, or when I go outside, I'll show you kind of what I have set up, what I look for back there. As far as the GPS, the screens go, of course there's different lines, shifted every year. Since I'm driving the center of the tractor on the corn row from the previous year, so that the drill is going in between the corn stalks, and then the tires as well are going on the row. So it's all strategically placed, and then we shift our lines accordingly on the screen here. With this strip till unit, I was always reaching up here. With the corn planter, I was doing levers here, a lot over here. This one, I'm looking up more, cameras, population, going outside more to do adjustments. It's not all from the cab here, which is fine. Just different. Working on outside rounds yet. Oh, and I didn't even mention the biggest thing. The difference is mounted planter backing up versus the bean drill here that is not mounted. So it's taken me a little bit of adjusting here again back in the season. I drive a little bit farther ahead so I can get it straight by the time I want to back up into where I want to be. Yeah, it probably takes me a little bit longer than your average person out here, but hey, I'm okay with it. If I get the job done, that's what matters, right? I like to think so. Twist it a little bit that way to get in line here. So that's a little bit off. Right about there looks good. And I just have to switch my lines since I'm doing the curves on the outside. I just have to check here. New line for each curve that I'm doing, so it's loaded and ready to go. Here we go. This has all been drilled, but like I said, I just backed up far enough so that I can come in straight. There we go. Noticed that, but I accidentally touched the steering wheel, so thought it was locked on and it wasn't for a moment there, so I caught myself. But anytime you touch the steering wheel when it's locked on the line, I don't like that. It says, okay, fine, you drive then, and I don't always notice it, so yeah, okay. We're good to go. Don't want to have any gaps. That is important. Otherwise, instead of the actual crop that we want to grow out here, it's just going to be weeds. And it takes money to get those weeds gone. And weeds in general are just no fun in a farming operation. So, in this one anyway. Very excited that we're doing beans. Very excited. The depth of the beans too is adjusted outside. On the actual drill, I can show you guys that too, just if anybody wants to know. But they say usually an inch, inch and a quarter, give or take, for the depth. We're no-till, so we like to go a little bit deeper than the recommendation sometimes. The biggest reason for the depth would be like crusting on top when the plant is trying to pop through. So to prevent that, super excited for my nephew to ride with, well, all of the kiddos. But I know one in specific really wanted to ride with for this job because he can see the beans coming out, is what he likes to say. With the corn planter, there's nothing in the cab to physically see the corn coming out. But with the bean drill here and the camera right on a row here, right on perfect spot where it's turning and dropping the beans, yeah, you legitimately could sit here all day and watch the beans drop. So he just thinks that's really cool. And I mean, I agree, of course, but just on a kid's perspective, I know he's said that, like he'd rather ride with beans, which is, yeah, he's got a point there. Corn planter, you don't really get to see much other than the screen and hope it's working, and go out there and check every now and then, actually dig through the ground, so. Although the camera is just set up on one in specific, obviously I have to watch them all, so I'm constantly making sure that they're turning back there. But it's nice to have the one in the cab to reference. And the monitor would hopefully let me know that, you know, it's not working. But it's technology. We all know how technology works. It works when it wants to, right? So yeah, with this automatic shut off, like here again, like I'll always go past what I need to in the corn planter. And I'm like, well, it'll shut off, you know. Not the case in this one. So anywhere I overlap, it's planting again over what's already planted. So that's a big difference. Like this, for instance, like the tractor is doing it all by himself right now. Like, it just amazes me. Just keep it in line to have no gaps. Otherwise, it's money lost. And then this is the fancy Nancy camera. You can see the beans coming out. That's what my nephew likes. So now that I'm outside, I'll kind of give you a scoop, inside scoop here. This is telling me how full it is, so still pretty full. This is the population adjustment right here. This does not mean, the numbers don't mean anything, but we'd have to move it, crank this to get population where we want it. Again, numbers don't mean anything. Down here, actual rows here, this is how we adjust the seed depth. So each notch is 1/4 inch. So each one has that there, front and back. And there's the seed. Outside facts for you there about the drill. It's a John Deere. I don't know, did I have to mention that part? That chain there, making sure it keeps on turning. And it's hard to see, but the red there, that's the seed dropping out. So since the no-till part of this part of my channel, I don't know how many other people kind of do the no-till thing, but this is just a up close